I decided I needed a couple different style walls to use in my D&D games so that I could use them in any which way possible. So I asked my friend Charles from Impulsive Artistry to help. Now go ahead and call us Donald Trump or your ex's emotions, because we putting up walls. So I usually use these two walls here as corner pieces to mark off which part is part of the map, but I decided I wanted walls that I could interact with and that were inch square in some which way, shape, or form, so that units could move on them, stand on them, use them as terrain, etc. So what we decided to do was to collaborate between myself and Impulsive Artistry. He's a player in my D&D campaign and he makes excellent art videos. We use XPS foam and hot glue to make 1/2 inch by inch wide bricks. This way, if two bricks sat side by side, they'd be inch square and fit into your normal battle map style grid, which is what we use. So we decided to make it with that motif in mind, and if you want to see how we're doing these bricks, we've done a couple other videos like that on my tower building ones, and you can check those out on my channel anytime you want. So we're kind of zooming through this part to get through how we're actually painting and building this setup of walls. So first thing we do is we cut out a bunch of different sections of cardboard and different lengths, but we all make sure that the width of the cardboard is about 1.5 inches wide. We want to have a little bit of overlap because if we don't, they're going to be too top heavy and fall over. So that little bit of overlap allows the walls to sit upright and take a hit without just falling over every time you accidentally nudge them during your game. So now that you have those, we're going to take all of our bricks and put them in a huge plastic bag and just, beat the devil out of them like Bob Ross says, and that'll give us a nice stone texture. From there, we're going to start hot gluing them down onto our cardboard bases. Now the way we hot glue these is very important. We're going to put 2 in a vertical position and then 2 in a horizontal position. We want those staggering because that's how they used to build them. It makes walls much stronger and it'll make our build a lot stronger as well. 2 vertical, 2 horizontal, just alternate back and forth between those. After you do that, you're going to alternate going upwards as well. So wherever you started with 2 vertical, you put 2 horizontal above those. And wherever you had 2 horizontal, you put 2 vertical above those. You catch my drift here. So after we did that, I kind of decided, we wanted to go 4 high, so that would be 2 inches tall. That really fit with the minis that I use, and bam, with 2 of us working, we can literally half the time it takes to do a project like this. So after we're done making all the walls, Charles takes a pen and goes pretty heavily into the foam to carve out cracks and grooves to really make the stone look old and broken down, which is what we want these to be used for. You can take your foil ball like we do there and get some extra texture in areas that we might have missed, but then we also just take a knife and start cutting off corners and getting little chips in the stone. So again, it looks aged. It doesn't look like this was made brand new. You don't have to do this if you want to have a brand new looking wall, but we wanted kind of an old broken down looking one. So not only did we make a bunch of different lengths and sizes of walls, we had extra bricks, so we decided let's make some columns. So we make one that's 1 inch wide, just 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 over and over of the single column, but then we also make one in a fire pit style build. We make the first one and cut the cardboard to fit. The second one we do the fire pit style, like I said, with just alternating the bricks over and over. This one makes it about 1.5 inches in diameter, but we're also going to put a single longer brick that just didn't fit the dimensions we wanted down the center, so it looks like this is kind of an X-ray vision into a underground sewer or other column system, and we liked it, so we kept it. We just filled the center with hot glue and then stuck the last long piece of brick in there and it held up just fine. So after that, we needed to coat these in a protective coating, so we used the Black Magic Craft style Mod Podge mixed with black paint. It's just Mod Podge with a little bit of black paint on there. You can see that in any one of my other videos or Black Magic Crafts videos. And we coat all the walls we've done. You can see we made more than we showed on here. We made one with corner pieces, some that are very long, some that are very short, so that we had a variety to use during the D&D sessions. We didn't want to run out ever, so we just figured, hey, we've got time, let's make some bricks and let's get to crafting. And the best thing about having Impulsive Artistry help me on this one is he's basically a professional artist. So you can see here, his normal paint speed looks like my ×10 paint speed. He's just not afraid to paint like I guess I am. So it was really helpful having him there because he was able to paint while I helped dry these with a hairdryer to get us going a lot quicker. So he gets every single nook and cranny of these filled with a dark gray paint, and then for some of them he actually mixes in a little bit of an umber color to make it look a little bit more like brick and stone. He does that with the inch wide pillar one, but then for the 1.5 inch diameter column that he does individual brick colors, some white, some red, some dark gray, because he said that was a good idea and would make it look better, and he's better than me. So I said, yeah, why not? Let's do it. And it looks phenomenal by the time we're done with it. So as a base coat, we only need to do one base coat on all of these. We just decided on this one, it should have a bunch of different colors for this column, so it looks like it was put together piecemeal. After those dry with a hairdryer, we decide to go over them with a really, really light gray dry brush. You don't have to worry about this one too much, just get everything coated, because after it's dry brushed, we're going to put a dark wash on it. So hit absolutely everything, including the columns, with just a single light gray dry brush. You don't have to worry about it too much. But then we're going to use the homemade black wash, which is just a tiny bit of dish soap, black paint, a little bit of green paint, a little bit of brown paint, a little bit of umber paint, and water. Lots of water, because that's what a wash is. If you want to see how to do that, you can check out my tower video, same way how I showed you how to make bricks, but I made smaller bricks in the tower video. But then just coat the whole thing in your black wash. All of the walls we do in a black wash, but for the columns, we decided to do a different wash. We wanted them to look like, bricks had been breaking over time, not just stone. So we made a wash with water, again, drop of dish soap, then umber paint, red paint, and brown paint. And it got us a nice, real dirt-looking wash to it, rather than just black and shadows. It makes it look like dirt is on the columns. Finally, we went over with the final dry brush with a creamish tan white, focusing on the corners and all of the cracks of the stonework. This way, those really stand out and pop as, look, this is broken, this is what the stone looks like underneath. It's kind of aged coating or brickwork that it used to be. The kind of white cream really makes it pop out as good dry brushed walls. And bam! We were done. I was incredibly happy with how well they fit in with my stone battle mat. They even make the stone throne that I made look really, really good, and they're modular. I can just set them up and that's a new room. So now there's a throne room, turn it, and now it is a hallway, or I can set columns up and it's immediately castle walls, and it really makes your battle mat go that much further as a mat, and you can get that much more immersed into your gameplay. And these ones are made for people to climb on or shoot arrows through as an ambush. Any way you want to use them, that's how they're supposed to be used. So thank you for watching. Thanks to Impulsive Artistry for helping make these. Subscribe if you want to see some more builds like this in the future, and really, I appreciate you watching my content.